Welcome. We have 2 minutes to go. Welcome. So, wow, welcome. We are live. Please, I want you to share this link. I just posted it in the group. Can you hear me? Please, if you can hear me, just type in the comments that you can hear me. If you can hear me, please type in the comments that you can hear me. If you can hear me, please type in the comments that you can hear me. Thank you so much for joining today. We have 11 people. Thank you so much for joining today. Thank you so much. Okay, we are starting immediately. Please, if you can hear me, please type in the comments that you can hear me. That you can hear me. That you can hear me. Okay, can anybody hear me? Can anybody hear me? Hear me? Can anybody hear me? So we are starting immediately. So today we are starting off with how you as a nurse can make money for yourself, and we are not going to be wasting much time. We are not going to be wasting much time. We started. So looking at what is happening, nurses need to leverage how they can make money for themselves. Okay, please, if you can share the link on your social media, on your WhatsApp status, on your group chat, so that people can join us. So thank you so much for joining. We are going to be talking about how you can make money as a nurse. So how you can make money as a nurse, looking at what is happening, especially if you're in Africa, if you are in Nigeria. So it's very, very important at a time like this to know how you can earn. The salary, it's not enough. The government is not even helping matters. The government don't even care about you. So, you do all the work, you do virtually all the work that you're meant to do. However, when it now comes to you getting rewarded for the work you do, they you don't get the kind of reward you deserve. So the economy is very bad. There are so many reasons why you as a nurse should start taking these things very serious. The economy is bad. Your salary is the same way, whereas the economy is going down. The prices of things in the markets are going up. The prices of rice this year is not the same thing as it was last year. School fees is not the same thing as it was, before. A lot of things getting much more expensive, very expensive. So at a time like this, and you're a healthcare worker, you're a nurse, and you get to work for hours in the hospital. And when it comes now, your salary and all that, even the salary scheme is poor. It's not sustainable at all. Like salary is not even sustainable. Many nurses in Nigeria don't earn up to 100,000. Many don't even earn up to 200,000 naira. And even a bag of rice is almost 100K. So you can imagine the struggle now it is. That is why it's easy for nurses to give up and say, I'm not doing nursing again. Let me go and look for a business that I'm going to be doing, because they feel that, for them to earn, or they feel that their value as a nurse ends in the hospital. And because the hospital cannot afford to pay you, what you deserve, what what is good for you now, that is can be helpful for your family, because you're paying your school fees, you're paying your children's school fees, you're paying your house rent, you're doing a lot of things, a lot of expenses, there are a lot of responsibilities, you're taking care of your parents, you're taking care of your relatives, your family members now. So now it becomes important for nurses to look into the opportunities that are available. Now you see nurses be like, I want to go and start doing business, without knowing that you can start doing business even as a nurse. There are things like nursing businesses, you understand? So you can start doing these businesses even when you are a nurse. So you don't want to pause you don't want to move out of being a nurse and say you want to go into business. No, you can actually start leveraging these opportunities to make money, and which you can turn them into a business. You are still practicing nursing, and even the business is also nursing. Yes, yes, yes. So many people have become so good at it. Many nurses have become so good at it that they now focus more on the business aspect, and they are still nurses. They are still saving patients. They are still helping patients. Just that they are doing it in another way. They are doing it in a more better, not really in a more better way, but in another form now. So there are different opportunities that are available for you as a nurse to make money for yourself. Actually, this is my first live video on YouTube, so I'm so happy to be here. Like, this is my first live video on YouTube. Like, I'm so glad I'm doing this together with you. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So the first opportunity we are going to be looking at is an opportunity that I get to hear nurses talk about it. But one thing I've discovered about this is that nurses wait for, it's called elderly care. Yes, elderly care. So one thing I've noticed is that most nurses would wait for agencies to hire them before they can start taking care of before they can start taking care of before you can start taking care of your patients. you know you don't know how to get a client, so you're waiting to first of all be hired by an agency before you can start working with a client, right? Or you can start getting paid. If that's the case, it's not really a business for you because you have to wait before you can get hired. So now there is a simple trick to this. When you want to go into elderly care, especially for nurses that have retired, if you know you're a retired nurse, you are, most people that go into this are, they be like retired and all that. But still, the problem there is that even though you're retired, you don't know exactly how to do it. You don't know exactly what to do to get it started. So, and whether you're retired or you're still active in nursing, so you can leverage this opportunity called elderly care, or geriatric now. So you can leverage this opportunity. So one of the things you can do in this elderly care is, I wrote here, many Nigerian families want caregivers for their parents. So many Nigerian families want caregivers for their parents. And depending on, I used to tell my mentees this, my nurse mentees, I used to tell them that the amount you're paid is dependent on the problem you're solving and the person you're solving the problem for. So if you're solving a problem that is valuable, of which this is valuable because no child will want their parents to, no child wants their parents to not be taken care of. And the best way to take care of their parents is not really by employing an aide for them, but also hiring a nurse to take care of their parents, because hiring a nurse gives them both the medical advantage, the advantage, because the nurse would help, making sure that their parents eat the right food depending on their health conditions now. So the nurse makes sure that they take their drugs, their medications as at when due, the right medications and all that. So that is why this is a very valuable opportunity. This is a very big way you as a nurse can aim outside of the hospital. So today I'm discussing on the opportunities for you to make money as a nurse outside of the hospital. But I'm not just going to show you these opportunities. I'm going to show you how you can start doing it. Okay, so many of you already know that these opportunities exist. So, but beyond you knowing, you need to know how to maximize them, how to take charge of it, how to maximize these opportunities. So the first one we are looking at is the elderly care. And like I said about the elderly care now, the elderly care helps you it's a valuable opportunity now. Very, very valuable, because you're taking care of the life of their parents are in your hands. So you are the one, most of their parents might have a terminal disease, one illness or the other, and they would want the help of a nurse to make sure that their parents keep improving and getting better. Do you understand? To make sure that their parents keeps improving and getting better. So the money you earn is dependent or depends on who you are working for. So I tell my mentees that they can use LinkedIn to their advantage. So LinkedIn is a social media app. LinkedIn is the largest professional network in the world. So when you go to LinkedIn, you can use LinkedIn for different purposes. You can use LinkedIn to achieve a lot of things. You can use LinkedIn to, depending on what your goal is, you can tailor LinkedIn to that. You can use LinkedIn to achieve whatever you want to achieve on LinkedIn. So many people go for LinkedIn to get jobs. So many people go for LinkedIn to, get contracts. So many people go to LinkedIn to build their business, to get clients. So whatever reason you are there, so you need to know why you are on LinkedIn, right? So now that I've showed you the importance of LinkedIn being the largest professional network in the world, what it means is that our professionals, both in Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, they are on LinkedIn, most of them. So imagine you as a nurse, you go to LinkedIn, and the people you're targeting are the children of people, these elderly people now. So their children, you're targeting their children. How are you targeting them, right? So you're targeting them with your content, you're targeting them with your engagements, you're building relationships with them. Some of these people, they might be abroad. That is where earning in dollars comes to play. So that is where earning in dollars comes to play. So if you want to earn in dollars, now you have to work with people that are outside of Nigeria. So these nurses now, these nurses, I mean these children, the children of these elderly people you want to work with, let's say now the child is a doctor in the US or a nurse in the US, depending on their profession or whatever they are, but they stay in the US. Of course, when they want to pay you, they're going to pay you in dollars, right? So now, and you're writing contents on the importance of them taking care of their mother, of their father. I think mom, children are more, they love their moms better. I don't know why, but children always, when you emphasize about their mommy's health, their, maybe their mom in the village and all that, they tend to pay attention to that. Unlike the dad, I don't know why that happens. So you talk about most parents, most elderly people now, most of their age mates have died, so they would like to also die. They want to also die because their age mate has gone. They don't feel the need of being alive again. Most of their children are abroad, so nobody to talk to, nobody to cheer them up, nobody to, maybe even the grandchildren are abroad, so they are not coming back. So the woman feels empty. She feels lonely in the house. The house might be big, but she feels lonely. That is where you come into play. That is the opportunity for you as a nurse. So what you're doing is that you're writing contents addressing those issues or addressing these issues now. And when you're doing that, you're actually attracting the right people. That's the people, the children now. And they stay outside of Nigeria. They will pay you in dollars to take care of their elderly mom, their elderly dad. So now, depending on how you package your service, it determines how much you can get paid. You can even get paid as small as $1,000, as much as, let's say, 10,000, or depending on how you package your offer or you package your service now. So it is a very valuable one. That's the elderly care. It's very, very valuable. So you don't wait to get hired by an agency. You don't wait for somebody to recommend you to an elderly client. You don't wait for somebody to recommend you to anybody before you can make it happen for yourself, before you can get clients. You have to go out there, be proactive, go to LinkedIn and, start building your brand on that. So, and this is one opportunity I recommend for elderly nurses also. Nurses that are above, let's say 50, 60 years, 65 now, you're already retired. So now it's more easier for you to connect with these elderly people too, because you are also an elderly nurse. So you are elderly, you can connect with the elderlies. And their children will trust you more because you are an elderly woman. In fact, they will pay you more because you are an elderly woman. So that's the first aspect of it. Now, another aspect of this elderly care is that you can start writing blogs. You can start writing content. You can start writing for websites. You can start writing for websites or for blogs. You can start writing for websites or for blogs now relating to the health of elderly people. So being a nurse gives you an advantage. Focusing on that niche, that's the elderly people or the geriatrics now, also gives you a much more bigger advantage. So, and if you're looking for websites to write for, they're also on LinkedIn. If you're looking for blogs to get hired for writing on, they are also on LinkedIn. So all these things are there. It's all about you, searching for them, connecting with them with your content, with your engagements, because all these things are there. Do you understand? Am I seeing EFCC? What is EFCC doing here? Okay, no problem. So we move, right? So the writing is very important. You need to understand, and the good thing about it that even in the hospital you'll be writing, you've been documenting all this while. So you are good at writing and you are a healthcare professional, you're a nurse. So whatever you write is authentic. So these editors for these blogs are looking, or websites now are looking for people like you to help them to write authentic content on how to take care of the elderly people. You understand how to take care of the elderly ones, and they are willing to pay you in dollars for that. So that is why the LinkedIn is there. So another opportunity, I'm going to be talking about three major opportunities actually. Three major opportunities that you as a nurse in Nigeria or in Africa can leverage in to make money in dollars. Like not just in naira now, in dollars. And I'm not telling you what I haven't experienced. I'm telling you what I've experienced. Okay, let me tell you my story. So my story is that I'm not a nurse. Yes. So I'm not a nurse. Okay. So many people mistake it to be a nurse, but it's still fine, right? So I'm not a nurse. I have a background in anatomy. After graduating from the university, I went to the hospital to learn more practical, to learn, to see more practical than the theory I saw in school. When I went to the hospital said I wasn't even going there to work. I was going there to learn. The hospital told me that I wasn't qualified to learn in the hospital because of my course. That's where I was qualified to learn in. It's where I was qualified to learn in. It's in where I was qualified to go to is the mortuary, right? Because of the course I studied, I was like, seriously mortuary. Funny enough, the people in the mortuary don't even know anything about. They did not even study anatomy. So, but they said I wasn't qualified to learn in the hospital, not even working there, but learning. So I said, wow, it pained me, but I just knew what I wanted. I knew that there is something about the hospital that is for me. There is something about the hospital I needed to know. So I told the CMD, that's the chief medical director, I begged him, I asked him, sir, please, is it possible, even if I am not qualified to stay around the hospital, can I be cleaning the tables of the doctors that come to the hospital? Like every morning I clean their tables. By all means, I want to find myself inside the hospital. So he saw how passionate I was to be in the hospital, and he allowed me to not to clean the tables now, but to work directly with him. And that was how I started working directly with the that was how I started working directly with the CMD of the hospital then. So, and when working with him, I discovered that there are a lot of, I interacted with nurses, and I discovered that there are a lot of nurses are really suffering in Nigeria, honestly. If back then when I did it, I think some nurses are earning up to about 30,000 naira, 40,000 naira. That's crazy, but that's the amount nurses earn. And I asked myself, how can a healthcare professional, after spending, most of these nurses spent millions in the university, after spending this kind of millions in school, you're coming out to earn below 100K. There should be more for nurses. There should be more. I went into my research then. I started researching and started practicing. So even though I didn't study nursing, but I started researching and practicing. And from what I researched from what I found out now, and also was practicing, even without being a nurse, I was able to help some nurses. So currently now, some of my mentees, that's my nurse mentees, are making money in dollars. Some of my nurse mentees are making up to 100K every week. Some of them are doing it in a month, depending on their capacity now. So all these things are possible because of the opportunities I'm sharing with you now. So I want to tell you that these opportunities are real. You need to believe it. You need to believe that they are real because they are real and they are there for you to maximize. If you don't maximize them, other people that are not even the healthcare profession will maximize them. But these things are there for you because you are a nurse. So they are there for you to maximize. So it's not something, because if you don't get hired by these blog editors and blogs looking for nurses to write health content for them, they'll hire people that don't even have background in health, just because they have these people position themselves more. That is why, as a nurse, beyond working in the hospital, start positioning yourself online. Start positioning yourself online. Start building your presence online. Start building your brand. And one of the best places to build your brand as a nurse is on LinkedIn, because it has the largest professional network in the world. So get to connect with those nurses in the Caribbean, in the US, in the UK, and any other countries too. So the second thing I'm going to be talking about is maternal care, maternal and child health. That's another opportunity. And the good thing is that you do this every day. You practice this thing I'm telling you every day in the hospital, but you're not paid for it. So, or when you start practicing them outside of the hospital, you find out that that is when you can get paid much more. Some people, nurses might even want to stop bedside nursing, but I'm not saying you should stop because it's also very, very important. Very important. So, in this maternal health, maternal and child health, one thing you must understand is that it's a very delicate one, very, very delicate, very, very dicey, and because it happens to deal with two lives, the mother and the child. You know, so it happens to do with two lives now. You're not just dealing with only one life, two lives. So, and most people wants the best for their self, especially when they are pregnant. They want the best for their child in the womb or their fetus in the womb. They want to be in the best condition health-wise. They want to, and some of them, you see a lot of complications going on during delivery or during antenatal. Not because of it's not something that it's something that could have been avoided if some informations were made known to them. But because there is a breach of information, there is a gap in information. Most of these expectant mothers, they don't really know much, especially those becoming pregnant for the first time. They don't really know much about what they have to do, how they have to take care of themselves, the kind of food they have to eat, and the kind of food they have to avoid. Now that is where you come in as a nurse. That is when you come in as a nurse to be able to guide them. Now, it is not what you now do in the hospital, because most of them might not even have time to go to the hospital. That's the truth, Or even when they go to the hospital, they are being given a generic advice. But when you build your brand in this way as a maternal, as a pregnancy coach, or as a pregnancy consultant now, or you can say you are a maternal health consultant, anyone you want to call it, you build your brand in this way. And you can even, as simple as WhatsApp, you can build your brand on WhatsApp and attract pregnant women. Imagine having up to 1,000 pregnant women in your group chat. That's in your WhatsApp group. Imagine having this kind of women in your WhatsApp group, and they are pregnant. They are expectant mothers. You're coaching them. You're consulting for them. And this is a matter of they are at their condition. They are in a state of life and death. So now, that is why this is also a very valuable opportunity for nurses to make money on. You understand? So it is very, very valuable. And the reason is because they might not have time to go and see a doctor. A doctor might not even have time for them. So, but you are always there with them on WhatsApp. So they get to pay you more, depending on whom you're consulting for. So you can package your service. You can even have a workshop. You can even create your workshop. You can package your service, whatever you want to you want to use to help them. The goal is you're helping them with consultation, you're helping them with education, you're helping them. Some of them are having a complication that will just require one or two clarity call with you. They just have to pay your clarity they pay for your clarity call. You help them in that complication, you salvage the situation, and it's as good as done. So you can even earn up to 100,000 every week from one client just because of this thing. Because depending on who you're working with, they value their child more than money. For most people anyway. So they value their child more than money. So another one is I'm going to talking to you about. So anyways, and also you can also start writing in this area. So the same way I mentioned, writing when it comes to the same way I mentioned writing when it comes to elderly care, you can also start writing. You focus only on maternal health, and you start looking for blogs. You start looking for websites abroad in the US, in the UK now, that specializes in this area, and you apply to work there. You get hired to work there, and of course, they won't pay you in naira; they will pay you in dollars and in pounds. And guess what? You are doing less work than you're doing in the hospital, but you're getting paid 100 times more than whatever you're paid in Nigeria or in the hospital. So you see, the reason for this live section is to help you, to guide you, to see opportunities and to maximize the opportunities you are seeing now to make money for yourself. And of course, please, if you stay to the end of this video, this live section, I have a free gift for you. Okay, I have a free gift for anyone that will be staying till the live is over. Like, I think that should be in the next few minutes. We're not wasting time. That should be maybe in the next 10 minutes or so. We'll be done. Okay. So, but if you're going to stay to the end of the live section, I have a free gift for everyone that is going to stay. So just stay tuned. Don't go anywhere because the best is still yet to come. So so now you can start focusing to write on maternal health. You're bridging the gap, the educational gap, between these women, these pregnant women, and what they want. You're helping them. You're creating content. You're writing blogs for them. You're writing blogs to educate them. You can even create your own blog. You can even create your own blog. You can even create your own website. You can even create your own platform. You can decide to create or work for somebody. In either way, you're making money for yourself. Now, the final one, okay, we are going to the final stage, of which I am so excited about this. In fact, one of my mentees, I think that should be last year, God paid a lot of money in dollars to, work in this capacity. That is a mental health consultant. So please, I want you to type mental health consultant so I can know you're following me. I want you to type mental health consultant in the comment section. Please, I want you to type mental health consultant in the comment section so I can know that you're following me. Type mental health consultants so I will know that you're following me, okay? I have not seen it though. I haven't seen it. Is someone typing it? Mental health consultant. So type it so I'll know that you're following me. Or okay. Yes. I can see it now. Mental health consultant. Thank you so much. Favor Chinaza. Thank you so much, Oladipo. Thank you so much. Fumilola. Thank you so much. So now, that mental health consultant. So this is her story. She's actually a nurse in Abuja, and she creates content on mental health, writing about how you can come out from depression, how you can never go into depression, and other things relating to your mental health. Now she creates content on that. And one of the days that she was creating content, and she was leveraging LinkedIn, like I always tell you, leveraging on LinkedIn, and it happens that this family, their daughter, became, committed suicide as a result of getting a heartbreak from her boyfriend. So her boyfriend got hurt and she committed suicide. So she was rushed to the hospital and she was resuscitated, but she threatened to commit suicide again. So one of the family members, remember this nurse in Abuja here in Nigeria, who has been writing about mental health, about how to overcome suicide, how to overcome depression. And they contacted this nurse in Abuja. Please, can you help us save our child? Please, can you help us save our daughter? She's threatening to commit suicide again. They told her the story, and that was how this nurse got hired for the first time internationally as a mental health consultant. So, of which I told her how much to charge in that kind of thing, because their child's health is very important. So they are going to pay any amount. Even if you tell them to pay $1,000 every 2 weeks, they are going to do that, right? Because they are talking about a life here. If the nurse does not do her work, the child will end up committing suicide again. So you can see how valuable your work is. So even though Nigerians don't value it, even though our country might not value your work, even though the hospital might not value your work, there are people that value it, and you should also value your work. And that is why you should make the effort to step out and maximize these opportunities. So I've mentioned already 3 major opportunities that are available for you as a nurse to not just make money now, but make money in dollars. So the first one is elderly care. The second is maternal and child health. And the last one I mentioned is on mental health. You can become a mental health consultant. You can choose your platform. If you want to be doing it on LinkedIn, you can choose your platform there. The goal is to be consistent. Know the people, know who are your audience, connect with them, and when you connect with them, be consistent. That is the goal. So I said I have a free gift for you, and yes, the free gift now is that I'm going to be giving you now this offer. So I noticed that many of us as nurses, of course, I've already told you how the economy now is not really good. And I would like to help you much more beyond this live session, because mostly what you've seen in this live session is the information and probably the how to, but you would love to get more hand. You would love me to help you more. You would love to get more, maybe more clarity, more coaching, more mentorship, anyone now. So I want to do this thing for you. This I have a mentorship training, actually 2 months mentorship training. It's currently ongoing, so you can join us. All right. So it's this one is a paid one. It is paid. So it also comes with a certificate of completion. So even at the end of the training, you're going home with a certificate of completion. So now this training is for not any nurse now that wants to maximize their experience. If you want to maximize your experience to make money in dollars, if you believe that your experience is worth more than what you're paid in the hospital, if you believe that your experience is worth more than what the government is paying you, if you believe that you are worth more than that, your salary is not enough, the economy is very difficult, things going high and high, whereas the salary remains the same, transport fare has increased, food stuff, everything, house rent increased, and you're still expected to go to work every day. Sometimes I see nurses both during the rain, your sweater, you're going to work and all that. Yes, I know you have the passion to do that. Okay, and I so much thank God for your life, for the strength and everything. So, but you have to know that there is much more than working in the hospital. There are much more than that. There is much more than that. There are other opportunities. And I'm not saying you should leave nursing in the bedside. No, you can still be doing the hospital work and still be doing these opportunities, because you don't need all the time in the world to do them. You can just do them with your phone. You don't even need a laptop to do that. Someone was asking if you don't really need a laptop to do it. You don't. With just your phone, your internet connection, you can, and you have LinkedIn, you can download LinkedIn. So I'm going to be training you on how you can maximize your experiences to make money in dollars using LinkedIn now. So because you are here, the training, the 2 months training is 30,000 naira. All right, the 2 months training is 30,000 naira. But because you are here in this live section, that's one of the free gifts I want to be giving to you. I'm going to be giving you a 50% discount now. Yes, a 50% discount. So instead of you paying the 30,000 naira that is for that mentorship training, I want you to only pay 15,000 naira. You're going to be paying 15,000 naira, because in this live section, you're going to be paying only 15,000 naira to get started. And in this live section, we have a community of, currently now we have over 53 or 55 nurses in the community now. Okay, so you can join us. We're going to be learning a lot about this mental health, how you can make money as a nurse with mental health, how you can help make money as a nurse with elderly care, with maternity and child health, with even health writing, with telehealth, virtual nursing, so name it. So all these experiences or opportunities, many of you might be doing it, but now you want to know how to make money with it. There's a difference between doing it or wanting to do it and making money with it. You want to make money with it. So, and that's not all. I want to encourage you now this evening, okay, to be able to get it. So for those that will be getting it, not for those that will be getting it today and tomorrow, you are going to be paying only 15,000 naira. That you have a 50% discount for those that will be paying today and tomorrow before 12 p.m. Tomorrow before 12 p.m. You're going to be getting it for only 15,000 naira. However, for those that will be paying today, I also have a free gift for you now. So you're the one I'm talking about. I have a free gift for you. The free gift is worth 50,000 naira, but I'm going to be giving it to you for free once you are joining us this night. Okay, so the free gift is all about how you can start your healthcare business as a nurse using AI. So when it comes to AI, it doesn't require much of your work. AI does all the work for you, and of course, you still have to put in effort. So because it's not a Ponzi scheme, it's not an investment thing that will be like, okay, investment, and no. You have to put in little effort, right? So but the AI helps you, and not just for your business now. This same gift I'm giving to you helps you to grow your career with AI. Yes, helps you to grow your career with AI. And remember that you're going to be getting a certificate at the end, a certificate of completion at the end of this training. Okay, and it's a 2 months training. So if you are interested, okay, I want you to send me a DM. Send me a DM on WhatsApp if you're interested, or you can type in the comments that you're interested, you want to get started, or you can send me a DM on my WhatsApp so that I can give you or show you how you can get started even this night, okay? How you can get started even this night. So like I said, for those that will be joining this night, I'm going to be giving you a free gift on how you can leverage AI to start your nursing business, how you can use AI to grow your career, to advance in your career, okay? And you're not paying the 30,000 naira, you are paying only 15,000 naira for the discount because you are part of those that is giving a 50% discount, okay? And that's because you are also part of the core, the live section. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. So if you have any question, maybe there is something you don't understand, you can just send me a DM on WhatsApp and I will explain everything for you. All right. So thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I value your time so much. So we are already. This is almost 9:40. I really appreciate your time. I value you coming here. So one thing I believe is that you as a nurse, you can make more money for yourself beyond the healthcare system. I wish there was a way I could show you testimonials of how my mentees have been able to be making money for themselves as a nurse. They are not just ordinary people, they are nurses like you. They are nurses like you doing the same thing. The only difference is that they have how to package their experience. You have the knowledge, you have the experience, they have the experience too, but the only difference is that they now know how to package their experience in order to earn from it. That is why this 2 months training is for you. Okay, so send me a DM if you're interested so that I can get started. Send me a DM if you want to move forward, if you want to make more money for yourself as a nurse. All right. So that would be all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you so much.